Hi everyone, I'm the Black Coach, and today I'm here interviewing a clinical researcher who moved from Nigeria to the UK. When she was in Nigeria, she was a different profession, and now she's here. She's a clinical researcher. So I'd like you to hear from her and hear about her story. Hi, Dolapo.
Hi.
Nice to have you
Thank
here.
you so
Thank you for
much.
agreeing to do this interview with me. So, first of all, how long have you been in the UK?
For about 5 years now.
Wow, 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 nice. That's a really good one. And then, what do you do for a living back home in Nigeria?
I was a physiotherapist.
Okay, and what do you do now in the UK?
I'm a senior clinical research associate.
Wow. So, I would like you to walk me through your journey from physiotherapy to senior clinical researcher. They're entirely different. You walk me through your journey in a few minutes and tell me how you did it, how you were able to, get into the system.
Well, I came into the UK with a dependent visa, and I started from scratch basically. So during the period, I didn't work for a year. So
Wow,
during the
one whole
period,
year
yeah,
of being at home. That
yeah,
must have been tough, even on your mental health.
yeah, it was.
Being at home in this UK, not doing anything with all the
Yeah,
bills and all of that. So I'm sure it was enough for your
yeah,
spouse as well.
yeah. It was quite challenging because it was just one source of income that was coming in at the
Wow.
time. But I used that 1 year to sort of like be productive and re-strategize on what I actually wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I tried to get my physiotherapist license while also looking for what I could do that could give me that flexibility to work from home as well. So yeah.
Oh, nice. That's interesting. So, for someone who wants to come into this field and become a clinical researcher like you, someone who does not have any experience in the UK, how difficult is it? How were you able to? Who helped you? How were you able to navigate your way getting a job in the UK? Because a lot of Africans complain that it's quite difficult.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't easy. I won't say it was easy, but it wasn't as difficult or as challenging as everyone makes it seem. To be honest, I feel what is really important is doing your own research. Like, don't let anyone tell you that something cannot be done. Like, as long as people are doing it, you can do it. That's what I believe. Then do not underestimate the power of networking. Like LinkedIn helped me. I met so many amazing
Wow.
people on LinkedIn. Like LinkedIn really, really helped me. So I feel going out of your way, going out of your comfort zone to actually like connect with people that in the field that you want to be in to sort of mentor you.
Wow.
It was a game changer for me.
Okay, so what do I need to start with? What do I need to become a clinical researcher? Can you tell me
Well,
the field?
yeah, I started from even though I had physiotherapy experience, they didn't really care about that here in the UK. Everyone knows that.
I know.
It's not about your degree, your education, or another experience that you had. They want you to have experience in the field that which you want to get a job in. So I started from scratch as a clinical research assistant, doing ECG, bloods, vital signs, and all that. It was a lot of grunt work, of course, but I knew that this was a means to an end. I just needed to get that little experience I needed. And from there, I went on to be a clinical research coordinator in the NHS, which gave me a vast. I mean, the experience was second to none, right? So that was now what was able to propel me to become a clinical researcher. So I already had that experience as an assistant and a coordinator, so which made my job as an associate, effortless.
Nice. So will you tell me what are your challenges? What are the challenges of your role? And then what do you enjoy the most about your job? But let's start with the challenges first.
Well, the first challenge I'll say is sometimes the English, right? Because in the UK, a lot of people might not know this, but people from the northern part, from the southern part, they all have different accents. And if if you don't speak slowly enough, you probably might not understand what they're saying, right? Then when I first came into the UK as well, having to waking up as early as 4:30 a.m. to meet a shift for like 5 a.m. or 5:30 a.m. It was quite challenging because I never used to do that in Lagos, right? And I think those would probably be my two main challenges.
So what do you enjoy the most about your job?
Well, right now I enjoy the flexibility because I
You're a
work.
senior now. Nice
Yeah,
one.
I work 4 days a week. I pick my hours. I have time for my kids. So like, I'm working. I have an amazing work-life balance.
That's
So
important. That's very,
yes.
very important. Nice. So, can you tell me one fond memory about your job since you've been working in the UK?
Well, yes, I remember when I first got my first job as a clinical research associate. It was just towards the end of November that I started, but they had like a Christmas thingy, and it was so amazing that on Christmas Day I just saw a gift card, flowers and wine, and a box of chocolates from.
You must have been a very, very good
Yes,
employee.
it was. No, I mean, I
Yeah.
just started. So, like, these people don't even really know me. It was just about like a month into the role. And the whole team had signed the card. I'm like, how did they even get this to happen? I just started. So, working in an environment where there was like that kind of amazing teamwork was like, wow, not everywhere is toxic. I can actually enjoy where you're working if you're working with an amazing team. So I think that was one of my fun.
That's very nice. So, how would you encourage? What would you say to young Africans or other Africans who wants to come into your profession? Is it difficult? Is this something they can do? Can they start from the scratch and work their way up just like you have done?
Of course. I mean, I always say this: as long as there are other people doing it, you can do it. Truly, it's not rocket science. Like it's not like as long as you put in the work, you're dedicated, like you have a goal, you're focused, you can definitely do it. And like I said earlier, LinkedIn, connecting with people, like you have to go out of your comfort zone. Like the worst that anyone will tell you is no, or they don't respond to your message. But you move on to the next person. I think a lot of people find it difficult accepting rejection, but for me, it's like no one is going to beat you. The worst is they will say no or they won't respond to you. And you move on to the next person. There are like millions of people on LinkedIn that you can connect with that can be that stepping stone that you need to, further or advance in your career.
Thank you so much for this. I really and lastly, my last question. Would you be willing to coach or mentor other Africans who wants to come into transition into professional roles in the UK? If you're called upon, will you be willing to coach them?
Of course, 100%.
Thank you so much.
Very, very happy.
Thank you so much, Dolapo. All right, guys. So now you have it. That's the interview with a clinical researcher who started from the scratch and she's worked her way to the top. She's now a senior clinical researcher, and they make a lot of money, right? How's the salary? Like, I believe the salary is good, right?
Oh yes,
it's good. It's flexible. Yes. So if Dolapo did it, you can do it as well. If you would like to be coached or mentored by Dolapo, send me a message or click the link below for more information. All right, guys. Take care.